Alex Mosher, a young boy from Brooklyn, New York, overhears his parents expressing concern over his obsession with writing scary stories and their worry about how he might handle a recent incident. Screaming in pain, Alex wrecks his room, grabs his night books, and heads to the basement via the elevator, determined to burn them in the furnace. The elevator abruptly stops on a dimly lit floor where an apartment door stands open, revealing a TV playing Alex's favorite show, The Lost Boys. Mesmerized, he steps inside and notices an untouched piece of pumpkin pie, which he eats before losing consciousness. Alex regains consciousness in a peculiar apartment with its doors shut. He looks out of the window, calling for help, but when no one responds, he tries to leap out, only to mysteriously reappear in the same room. He begins hearing eerie, unsettling voices, and when a strikingly beautiful witch named Natasa suddenly materializes, his terror grows. She shows him a closet filled with clothing that belonged to other children who were useless to her. When she questions if he has any value to her, Alex denies it until she threatens him, forcing him to confess that he can write scary stories. She spares him and demands he create a new story for her every night or face dire consequences. The following morning, Alex wakes up, explores the apartment, and encounters Lenore, a bad-tempered cat with the ability to turn invisible. Lenore attacks him, causing Alex to flee, only to discover the TV missing and the main entrance replaced by a solid wall. Alex meets Yasmin, a housekeeper, who reveals she was also lured into the apartment, though she came from Washington, D.C. She explains the apartment moves around the world, hunting for victims. Yasmin takes Alex to a massive library filled with countless books that intrigue him, but he learns all of them have already been read to Natasa. Yasmin warns Alex to ensure he writes scary stories nightly, or Natasa will make him suffer. But Alex feels confident he'll find a way to escape soon. That night, Alex hides when Natasa returns to the apartment. As she enters, he makes a run for the exit, but a magical wall appears, causing him to hit his head. Natasa coldly reminds him that escape is impossible. Alex reads a scary story to Natasa, during which she sprays herself with a strange potion. As the apartment shakes, Alex tells the tale of a boy visiting a ghostly playground to find his deceased friend. However, when the story ends happily, Natasa grows furious, and the apartment trembles. Under pressure, Alex quickly changes the ending to a sad one, calming her anger. Unable to think of fresh ideas for his stories, Alex scours the library for inspiration and stumbles upon notes written in the margins of books by a former captive girl who detailed her escape attempts. As the days pass, Alex continues reading his pre-written stories to Natasa, while Yasmin handles chores and occasionally listens to his storytelling. Alex finds more notes from the former captive, learning about her unicorn necklace, prompting him to nickname her Unicorn Girl. Yasmin takes Alex to Natasa's night nursery, where she grows magical plants for her potions. Yasmin reveals she accidentally sprayed the vines with rat's blood instead of bat's blood, causing shredder eggs to grow. If the eggs hatch, the apartment will be destroyed, and Natasa will punish her. Alex carefully helps Yasmin remove and destroy the eggs, but she slips off a ladder, and one egg falls. Despite Alex's effort to catch it, the egg cracks open, unleashing destruction and releasing other eggs. Alex and Yasmin fight to destroy them. As they flee, Lenore gets trapped in silk, but Alex manages to free her. They are soon confronted by an enraged Natasa, who threatens them, but Alex takes full responsibility for the incident, convincing her to spare them. Back in Alex's room, one of the shredder eggs enters and attacks him. After a brief scuffle, he manages to kill it, but not before it had destroyed all his storybooks, leaving him frustrated. Alex and Yasmin grow closer and eventually earn Lenore's trust. Yasmin tearfully reveals that Natasa killed other children she lured to the apartment by turning them into figurines now displayed in her cabinet. Alex notices none of the figurines wear a unicorn necklace, concluding that Unicorn Girl escaped. The notes left by Unicorn Girl include a recipe for a sleeping potion, but the only problem is Unicorn Girl says the recipe smells awful, so she'd have to find a way to hide it. The answer isn't in the book, so Alex, knowing that Natasa likes truthful stories, tricks her into revealing how to hide the smell by crafting a fake tale about a sorcerer whose sleeping potion doesn't work. This makes them happy, and they successfully create the potion. Unfortunately, it doesn't work when they mix it with Natasa's drink, which then goes missing. Thinking she has uncovered their plan, Alex begins telling her a story from an empty book. Because the book is empty, he keeps making mistakes, and Natasa realizes he hasn't written any story. Furious, she moves to confront them. To their surprise, she suddenly collapses. The invisible cat had stolen the potion and secretly mixed it into Natasha's body spray, which she regularly uses. Alex and Yasmin steal her keys and open the front door, only to find a forest. They soon realize they are still trapped inside the apartment. An evil unicorn forces them into a gingerbread cottage that hypnotizes Yasmin. After eating the gingerbread, they fall unconscious. Alex wakes up to find Yasmin and Lenore caged in a room surrounded by skulls. A blue mist is being siphoned from a coffin holding a witch-like figure. To Alex's shock, Natasha appears and reveals she was Unicorn Girl. After escaping the original witch, who consumed all her victims but her, Natasha put the witch to sleep and returned home, only to find her parents had moved away. With no place to go, she returned to the witch's lair, mastered witchcraft, and began using scary stories to keep the witch dormant while harvesting her magic. The room begins to tremble, signaling the witch's imminent awakening, which would mean death for everyone. Natasha demands Alex reveal why he wanted to destroy his nightbooks before being captured. Frightened, Alex tells the ultimate scary story, his own truth. He recalls how his best friend Josh called him weird on his birthday, leaving Alex heartbroken when no one showed up to his party. Feeling ashamed of himself, Alex decided to abandon the one thing that made him unique. Natasha and the witch are temporarily appeased by Alex's story, but when he declares he's grateful for his kidnapping because it led him to Yasmin and Lenore, the happy ending enrages the witch, waking her. Alex and Yasmin flee, with Yasmin using the blue mist to gain magical powers and escape the apartment. Meanwhile, the witch battles Natasha, seemingly killing her. The front door opens to Alex's building, but the witch chases them into the basement. Alex tricks her by pretending to read a story, pausing on a cliffhanger, and throwing his empty notebook into the furnace. As she reaches for it, Alex and Yasmin shove her in and hold the door shut as she melts. Alex introduces Yasmin and Lenore to his overjoyed parents, calling them his best friends. Yasmin reunites with her family and later gifts Alex a leather-bound notebook inscribed with "Stay Weird, Storyteller, Yas." However, a figurine in Natasha's cabinet begins to crack, and as her hand slams down, her laughter echoes ominously. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the story, please follow or subscribe, and don't forget to like, share, and comment. Your support means everything and helps me create more great content.